Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. If you've ever felt that knot in your stomach when you think about a big life shift or found yourself clinging desperately to the familiar, even when you know it's holding you back, then you are definitely in the right place. Maybe it's that dream job you're afraid to apply for, the intuitive pull to move to a new city that feels terrifying, or even just the fear of how a relationship is evolving might change everything you know. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, knowing you should leap, but your feet are glued to the ground by an invisible force. This isn't just about making decisions, it's about the profound impact this internal struggle has on your mental health, your sense of peace, and your ability to step into your full potential. It's a common human experience, this dance with the unknown, but for many of us, it can become a significant barrier to personal growth and deep mental well being. Today, we're going to explore what this fear really means, why it shows up, and how we can begin to soften its grip, creating space for courage and possibilities. Welcome to Mental Health and Astrology, where different worlds connect, and a big thank you for the first subscribers who jumped aboard for this journey. My name is Sander de Bot, therapist and astrologer for more than 2 decades, and it's wonderful to see you here on this channel. Each week, we explore how astrology and self-awareness can help you navigate life's challenges, build stronger connections, and nurture your mental well-being. In the Personal Transformation series, we delve into all aspects of mental health, including a dedicated chapter that investigates the connection with astrology. You don't need any prior knowledge of astrology. I will explain it in simple terms and combine it with relatable, real-life examples about mental health that you might recognize in your own life. In the Visual Storytelling series, we will dive a bit deeper into the astrology, where we visually explain how planets and signs work out when it comes to mental health. Exercises are available in both series. This week we're diving into the topic overcoming fear of change, so grab a cozy drink, settle in, and let's explore a healthy mindset together. Now, what does overcoming fear of change mean for your own mental health? Fear of change isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a deeply rooted psychological response that can significantly impact your mental well-being. At its core, this fear stems from our inner need for safety, security, and predictability. Our brains are wired to prefer the known, even if the known is uncomfortable or unfulfilling, because it feels safe. The unknown, that's where the danger could be lurking. Think about a time when you felt stuck. Maybe it was a job that drained your energy, a relationship that no longer served you. You knew deep down that something needed to shift. But the thought of actually making that shift, the uncertainty of what might come next, the potential for failure, the discomfort of the transition itself, it felt all overwhelming. And this inner conflict creates tensions, anxiety, and a pervasive sense of unease that directly affects your mental health. This fear of change can manifest as procrastination, where you put off decisions or actions that could lead to change. Avoidance, steering clear of situations or conversations that might introduce change. Increased anxiety and worry, constant thoughts about potential negative outcomes. Physical symptoms, stress, headaches, digestive issues, fatigue, muscle tensions, feeling stuck and resentful, resenting your current situation but feeling powerless to alter it, loss of opportunity, missing out on experiences, relationships, and growth because you're too afraid to step outside your comfort zone. It's a cycle. The more you fear change, the more you avoid it. The more you avoid it, the more stuck you feel. And the more stuck you feel, the more your mental health suffers, reinforcing the belief that change is dangerous. This can create a deep sense of being off your life path, feeling lost or purposeless. But here's the twist, the potential aha moment. The only constant in life is change. Resisting it is like trying to hold back the waves of the ocean. True personal growth and lasting mental well-being often doesn't come from avoiding change, but from learning how to navigate it with more grace, resilience, and self awareness. It's about building a healthy relationship with the unknown, one step at a time. It's a fundamental aspect of the human experience, and understanding its impact is the first crucial step in overcoming fear of change and fostering your mental well being. Let's take a look at the different ways this energy can show up, the healthy, balanced ways, and the ways it can become imbalanced, hindering your personal growth. When we approach change from a place of balance and strength, it can be an incredible catalyst for personal growth and deeper mental well being. Think of it not as something happening to you, but something you can move through. Here are five examples of how a balanced approach to change can manifest in your life: adaptability and resilience. Instead of being shattered by unexpected shifts, you develop the ability to adjust, to bounce back. You see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow stronger, enhancing your overall mental toughness and resilience. And this isn't about being fearless, but it's all about having the inner resources to navigate fear, curiosity, and openness. A balanced perspective on change fosters a sense of curiosity. You become more open to new experiences, different perspectives, and unexpected paths. This expands your world, feeds your soul, and significantly contributes to a positive mindset and mental well being. You become a student of life's unfolding, creativity, and innovation. When you're not paralyzed by fear, your creative energy can flow. You find innovative solutions to problems, express yourself authentically, and feel empowered to build the life you desire. Change becomes a canvas for your creativity rather than a wall. Increase trust, both in yourself and the universe. Navigating change successfully builds trust in your own capabilities and intuition, and it also deepens your faith in the unfolding of your life path, trusting that even difficult transitions are part of a larger, meaningful journey. And this spiritual trust is a powerful antidote to the anxiety of the unknown, contributing to deep mental well being, empowerment, and agency. Rather than feeling like a victim of circumstances, a balanced approach to change cultivates a sense of agency. You understand that while you can't control everything that happens, you can choose how to respond. This empowers you to make conscious choices aligned with your values and desires, fostering a strong sense of self awareness and purpose. These balanced expressions lead to greater peace, joy, and fulfillment, and they allow you to fully engage with life and step into your power. However, when the fear of change becomes imbalanced, the consequences for your mental health can be significant. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle against the inevitable flow of life, the deeper you sink into discomfort. The consequences of an imbalanced fear of change include chronic anxiety and stress, living in a constant state of worry about what might happen next, depression, feeling hopeless and trapped by your circumstances, missed opportunities, letting valuable changes for personal growth and happiness pass you by, stagnation, feeling unfulfilled and stuck in a rut, leading to resentment and frustration. Physical health issues. The chronic stress can manifest as physical ailments. Damaged relationships, clinging to familiar dynamics or avoiding necessary conversations can strain connections. Understanding these potential pitfalls isn't meant to scare you, but to highlight the importance of addressing this fear proactively. The good news is, cultivating a more balanced approach to change is absolutely possible. The benefits of balance are immense: a greater sense of freedom, resilience, purpose, and a much healthier, happier mind. I'd love to hear from you. How has the fear of change shown up in your life, and what have been the biggest challenges? Share your stories in the comments below. Your experience can be incredibly validating and helpful for others on a similar journey. We're building a community here, and sharing helps us to feel less alone in our struggles. So, how does the cosmos weigh in on this very human struggle with change? Well, in astrology, the planet that most embodies the energy of sudden shifts, disruption, and innovation and liberation is Uranus. Think of Uranus as the cosmic rebel, the lightning bolt that shakes things up and pushes us toward freedom and authenticity. Its energy is inherently unpredictable, often arriving out of the blue to challenge the status quo and breaks us out of stagnation. Uranus rules revolution, awakening, invention, and a higher consciousness. It's the part of us that yearns for freedom and resists limitations. And while this energy can feel unsettling because it disrupts your comfort zone, it's also the force that pushes us towards genuine personal growth and the authentic expression of your life path. It encourages you to question norms, embrace your uniqueness, and evolve. The core quality of Uranus is liberation. Liberation from restriction, from outdated beliefs, from anything that prevents you from being fully yourself. Understanding where Uranus sits in your birth chart or what it's currently doing by transit can offer profound insights into the types of change you might be facing and how you tend to react to them, shedding light on your self awareness around this topic. Let's look at how Uranus energy can manifest when interacting with different zodiac signs, particularly in relation to the fear of change and mental well being. Remember, these are just general descriptions, and your whole birth chart provides the complete picture. Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign that values stability, security, comfort, and tangible resources. When Uranus moves through or is placed strongly in Taurus in your chart, it brings disruptive, unexpected changes to areas like finances and possessions, but also to your values and your sense of security. This combination can trigger intense fear of change because it challenges Taurus' fundamental need for safety and stability. For someone with displacement or transit, the fear might manifest as deep anxiety about financial instability, resistance to letting go of possessions, or a struggle to adapt to shifts in their material world. An aha moment here could be recognizing that true security comes from within, from your inner resilience and adaptability, rather than solely from external circumstances. Overcoming this fear involves learning to find innovation within stability and trusting your ability to generate resources and security in new ways. Uranus in Gemini. Gemini is a mutable air sign known for its adaptability, curiosity, communication skills, and intellectual exploration. And when Uranus moves through or is placed strongly in Gemini, it brings sudden, often unpredictable changes to areas like communication, learning, local environment, short trips, or your way of thinking. This pairing can trigger a different kind of fear of change. For someone with displacement or transit, the fear might come from feeling overwhelmed by a flood of new information, anxiety about expressing unconventional ideas, difficulty with keeping up with rapid shifts in trends or technology, or a scattered feeling from too many possibilities. This can impact mental health through increased mental chatter, nervousness, and a feeling of being unable to pin things down. An aha moment could come by realizing that Uranus in Gemini offers the gift of incredibly quick adaptation and the ability to see multiple perspectives. The challenge is to channel this energy without letting the fear of inconsistency or information overload take hold. Overcoming this fear involves embracing the fluid nature of knowledge, trusting your ability to learn and communicate on the fly, and finding freedom in exploring diverse ideas. These examples show how the same Uranian energy of change can feel very different depending on the sign it's interacting with, influencing where and how this fear of change is most likely to be triggered, and how it impacts your own personal life and mental well being. Understanding the energy of change, whether through a psychological lens or an astrological one, connects us to a much bigger picture of mental health and personal growth. The ability to navigate change isn't just a life skill, it's fundamental to your mental well being. When we resist the natural flow of life, we create internal blockages that can lead to anxiety, depression, and a pervasive feeling of being stuck. The key takeaway here is that overcoming fear of change is less about eliminating the fear entirely and more about building a relationship with it, recognizing it, understanding its roots, and choosing to act despite it. This builds immense self awareness and resilience. Practically speaking, this means acknowledging your fear without judgment. Identify what specifically you are afraid of losing or facing, taking small intentional steps towards the change you desire, building a strong support system, practicing self compassion throughout the process. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. If your fear of change feels overwhelming and it's significantly impacting your daily life and mental health, please don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. A therapist or doctor in your local region can provide tailored support and guidance. Relatable examples of Uranus influence in everyday triggering that fear could be receiving an unexpected job offer that feels exciting but also scarily different from your current path. Uranus challenging your routine and security, deciding to finally pursue that unconventional hobby or business idea you've always dreamed of. Uranus is pushing for authentic self expression, or even sudden shifts in technology or society that force you to adapt quickly. Collective Uranus energy. Each instance requires us to confront our comfort zones. A few years ago, I made a decision to leave a stable career path with my therapy and astrology sessions in a practice to pursue the combination of therapy and astrology in an online environment. It felt like leaping into the void. The fear of failure, the judgments of others, the financial insecurity, it was all there. But there was also this undeniable pull, this sense that I was aligning again with my true life path. Taking that leap, despite the fear, was most challenging, but what you see now is part of those challenges I made. It shows to me that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward with it. This personal journey solidified my belief in the power of embracing change for personal growth and mental well being. Ultimately, facing the fear of change is an act of courage and a profound step towards living a more authentic, fulfilling life, deeply connected to your self awareness and potential. And it's about trusting that you have the inner resources to handle whatever comes next. Okay, so how can we start practicing this, integrating these insights into your daily life and building comfort with the energy of change? Perhaps even connecting with that Uranian impulse in a healthy way. Here's a simple, actionable exercise you can do. The Embrace the Unexpected journaling prompt. Find a quiet space, your own inner island, where you can reflect without interruption. Take out a journal or a piece of paper and a pen. And now think about a change that you are currently facing or anticipating that makes you feel uneasy or fearful. It doesn't have to be a huge life altering event, it could be something relatively small, like trying a new hobby or having a difficult conversation. Once you have identified this change, answer the following questions in your journal. What, specifically about this change, makes you feel fearful or resistant? Be honest with yourself and list out all your worries and concerns, no matter how big or small they seem. What is the worst case scenario you are imagining? Really allow yourself to explore this fear. What's the absolute worst thing that could happen? Now, consider the best case scenario. What's the most positive outcome that could result from this change? What exciting possibilities might open up? What is the most likely scenario? Realistically, what is the most probable outcome? Is it as scary as your worst case scenario? What are three potential benefits or opportunities that could arise from this change, even if it feels uncomfortable at first? Try to find the silver linings. What small steps could you take today to move towards embracing this change, even if it's just a tiny one? This exercise helps you to externalize your fears and examine them more objectively. By writing them down, you take them out of the realm of vague anxiety and into a tangible form that you can analyze. Exploring the best case and most likely scenarios can help you to balance out your fears and create a more realistic perspective. Identifying potential benefits can shift your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain. And finally, taking a small step forward builds momentum and helps you to feel more empowered. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the power of our mind with this week's topic, overcoming fear of change and the way it's opening us up to life possibilities. We've seen how the fear of change is a fundamental human experience with real impact on our mental health, how it manifests in both balanced and imbalanced ways, and how the powerful energy of Uranus in astrology reflects this deep human drive for liberation and evolution. My passion lies in helping you feel more connected, understood, and empowered, whether we're delving into mental health or tapping into planetary energies. If today's message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment. If you just discovered this channel, welcome aboard. Subscribe and ring that ship's bell to set course for your own mental health. Together, we can navigate life challenges with clarity and kindness. Next week, we will discuss the highly idealistic dreams that we can have as humans. So be sure to tune in again. In this video, we talked about transforming your inner critic, which can help you with the sudden changes we discussed today. And please remember, astrology is a wonderful guide, but it's your own choice that shapes your path. Take care of your heart and mind, stay healthy, see you very soon.